Trump flew over the cuckoo's nest. The Situation Room smelled of stale espresso, ozone, and the suppressed panic of men whose brains consisted of 90% hierarchical circuitry. Donald J. Trump sat at the head of the table, his reality tunnel illuminated so bright orange that it almost completely displaced the rest of space-time. The codes, Trump said. He didn't just say it, he vibrated it. Give me the gold codes. We're not just going to defeat Iran, we're going to turn it into a glass parking garage. Very beautiful glass, the best glass. General Mark Milley, or an entity that looked convincingly like Milley, but was possibly a disguised emissary from the L5 Society or the Isla, stared into the abyss between the president's words. Milley knew that the universe consisted of information, and that information was currently in the process of turning into a very ugly noise. Mr. President, Milley began, trying to keep the vibrations of his throat chakra under control. Your plan has a slight problem on the level of the third dimension. There is no plan. It's just an emotional detox program for your inner child. Trump began to scream. It wasn't an ordinary scream. It was the primal scream of a primate realizing the banana is an illusion projected by the CIA. It was a sound that could have shaken the foundations of the Vatican, had anyone there been awake. Milley stood up. He suddenly seemed taller, almost as if the Illuminati had pumped additional biopithic energy into him at that very moment. Mr. President, he said in a voice that sounded like frozen nitrogen, you are likely the only life form on this planet whose mental capacity could be challenged by an average amoeba under the influence of alcohol. A murmur went through the room. Someone at the edge of the table, perhaps a Fnord, hastily scribbled something in a notebook that smelled of lavender. You are a psychopathic hologram in a suit 3 sizes too large, Milley continued, while Trump, trembling with rage, turned a color found in nature only in highly toxic deep-sea jellyfish. We will not allow you to turn the entire biota of this planet, including the squirrels, who are significantly better conversationalists than you, into atomic dust, just because your ego is a black hole. Milley made a sign to Secret Service agents, who looked like statues from a Greek temple dedicated to order and discipline. Step forward. Remove this artifact of a bygone evolutionary stage, Milley commanded. As Trump was dragged from the room, he was still screaming something about fake physics and how the nukes loved him. Milley sat down, rubbed his temples, and looked around the room at, gentlemen, he said wearily, remember the golden rule. Don't believe anything you heard here, not even what I just said, especially not that. Outside, on the White House lawn, a lone owl landed. It knew that the 23rd hour had arrived, but it wasn't worried. Reality was just a bad joke the universe was telling itself anyway, Fnord.